Hello and welcome back to Teslanews. My name is Marian and I'm your host today. Covering today the Dojo Computer, we have some teasers here on Twitter for the AI Day. Furthermore, we will look into the local manufacturers in India discussing the entry of Tesla. And I have some stuff prepared for you regarding the supercharger issues or the opening strategy and what this new bill that was just signed from the government in the US, what that means for the opening strategy for Tesla. And if you do enjoy that, do consider subscribing, and we will start right away in with the Dojo Computer. And there was a teaser here from Tesla's side from the Dojo chip, how it looks like or how it is put together. And so for those who don't know the Dojo Computer, it is a supercomputer. It is roundabout the 5th largest computer in the world. It has around 1.6 terabytes per second. It has around 10 petabytes storage and around 1.8 exaflops of performance. That is just an insane size. It's just insane. And this supercomputer is working with all the cars together so to make the FSD work perfectly. And it is collecting all these pictures, all these data from the cars, from the cameras to make the FSD in the long term much better. And to make the FSD as good when it comes to the reaction of the FSD like a human being. And that might take some more time. I'm honest with you, yes, we all want to have it right now, but it might take another 2 to 3 years until we talk about perfection when it comes to human level. Again, we are already big steps ahead. We are already very, very far. But as we all know, it's the same like with the batteries. When we talk about the last 10%, those are the hardest. And that is, I think, where Tesla is working on right now, because they are already really ahead of the game when it comes to the technology itself and all the updates. Furthermore, through the Dojo Computer, there will be updates every 2 weeks. That's what Elon Musk has said in the past, every 2 weeks on Friday. So what they mentioned in the teaser on Twitter is that there will be updates when it comes to the AI Day. So we have to really look into the AI Day, what they will talk about, how far they are with the technology, what specs they have. Maybe the computer is even bigger now. So we have to stay tuned for that. Next point for India, local manufacturers are really discussing with the government here if it's a good idea to reduce the import taxes. They don't want to be left behind, and so there are really hard discussion in India. And again, Mercedes, Hyundai, and as well Tesla are thinking about entering the market. And it is only possible to test the market and then invest a lot of money. And that is kind of the challenge right now, but it clearly shows the strategy Tesla has and that they are actually willing to build a Giga factory in India. But I can understand that you don't want to invest $2 to $3 billion and you don't have tested the market. So this needs to happen, and it really is a decisive moment right now if the government can really jump over its own shadow and decide to make exemption to bring such big companies into the country and invest a lot of money. So please really share your opinion, what you think about these entire discussions in India, if you think it is worth it for Tesla to move in there. And yeah, of course, also let me know if the alternatives like Russia, England, or maybe South America, Brazil, the Giga factories that we could look at in the future. Just let me know your thoughts about that. Looking at Giga Berlin, we have to discuss as well, not only for the United States, but as well for Germany, as we have here really hard discussion about the opening of superchargers. We have to talk about that one more time. So the government in the United States decided this big bill, and they finally signed it. and it's part of that is 7.5 billion for charging. And what this bill is actually saying is that for every station that is funded through this bill from these $7.5 billion, these chargers that are funded with that needs to be open to the public, not only to Tesla cars. And there is like the hint where this entire story could go with opening superchargers. Because in Germany, there are also discussions that could indicate that in the future, Tesla could get funding from the government to further expand the supercharging network. But the kind of way how it is written in the bill is the really important key here. If you say that every new charger that is built because you got the money from the government is open to all the other companies, then this could indicate that the chargers that we have right now might not be open right now, but just they will start opening all the chargers that are built right now with the public money, like in the United States, with the public money, with the taxpayers' money. And that would make a lot of sense. So you open those chargers and they might be built in like 2-3 months, and then they slowly expand with the funding from the government. And this could happen in Europe, like in Sweden as well. That was the discussion in Sweden. That's why we are knowing that Sweden is the first country that could open in the supercharging network. But it is not the entire network, but it would be those stations that get public funding. So this could be a clarification on how the strategy of Tesla is when it comes to opening the supercharging network. Because I think there's a misunderstanding. It might not be the entire network, but in the first wave of opening, it might be just those that are publicly funded, and that would be a strategy to go. That would be a slow opening, and I think that is the right strategy. I'm not saying I'm against any opening of the supercharging network. I think it's a good idea, but it would be a slow step to opening. You can test everything, you can get used to it, any kind of issues can be solved, and then later on, when the supercharging network is just as big as nothing else in the world, then you can further expand from one station to the other that is already built right now. So that would be a really good strategy, but please let me know your personal opinion about this strategy, if that would make sense to you. So thank you very much for choosing my channel, checking out my channel, and if you're new here, do consider subscribing, and I wish you a wonderful day. Take care. Thank you very much. This is Marian.